All right. I have finished Rhythm of War. Let's talk about it. This book was wild. It genuinely, I said it in a video before this book felt like an entire series in one book because of so much that happened. And so, like, when I'm reading these books, I take notes as I go. It helps me remember things that I want to talk about in videos and whatnot, or like moments and whatever. And I went all the way back to the beginning of my notes and be like, oh my God, that was how this book started? That was that long ago? Like, what? This was a ride. And honestly, I loved it. I thought it was so good. I will say I did like Oathbringer better, but I think that's more because I'm incredibly biased and I love Dalinar, and that being Dalinar's book, I was like, oh yeah, like, for sure. But there was so much in this book. Like, so many moments, so many things happened, and the ending was just nuts. It was also the first Stormlight book that made me cry. And so for me, there's like levels to it, right? Like, I go in, be like, make me love a character, let's see what happens. And so there are moments that tear me up, where like the tears start welling up, and you're like, oh damn, okay, that was good. But this book got me good. Oh, I have a list of moments. I will say that my top 5 favorite characters are still the same that they've been pretty much from the beginning. Number 1, still Dalinar. 2, Adolin. 3, Yasna. 4, Teft. 5, Lift. Those are my faves as of right now. Now, moments from this book that like stuck out to me and whatnot. I got a list, so let's go through them. Number 1, opening with Gavilar being an absolute asshole. Interesting. That was a good start. It was not, again, almost all of this book was not anything I had expected, which was wild. I loved the time jump going from Oathbringer to Rhythm of War. I've always loved things that kind of just throw you in the action. Star Wars, the ship coming above, train spotting, they're like running like, huh! Like, I don't know. I just love that storytelling. Like, you got to figure out what's going on as we're thrown into the mix of it. I love that this book started that way. The fact that there's like a small army of Radiants. So cool. So cool. Moash killing Rashon, I thought was cool. We'll get to him in a second. Adolin grabbing Kaladin to go drinking, not letting him sit in his feelings. I loved that. Adolin and Maya doing the kata, fighting that group of like 20 people. I thought that was neat, even though that moment did get spoiled for me a little bit. It was still a cool thing to witness that, like, she can't fight, but she can do the kata, and the kata is technically fighting, so they're back to back. I don't know, that scene was really cool. On that note, Adolin was like barely in this book. What was that about? Where's my boy at? Also, as interesting as it was, I'll be honest with you, I was not as interested personally in all the Venli crab people stuff. It was fine. It just, I wanted to go back to my peeps, All the Shallan stuff was such a journey. I spent most of this book worried about Shallan because she just spiraled. The fact that it was revealed that she killed her first Spren when she was a kid is crazy to me. I never saw that coming. She consumed Vale by the end. Huh? And Radiant is the one that killed Ela. So, just bam, 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 bam. All this crazy stuff with Shallan was wild. Vasher and Kaladin fighting, one of my favorite scenes from this book. I loved that. I love that he's like, come back when you hate the fight, and that's kind of type 1 and 2 invested beings and all that shit that went over my head. I don't know. It was just cool to see Vasher being like, all right, let's see what you got. I really enjoyed that scene. The mink is cool. I like the mink a lot. Lift growing up without like acknowledging or realizing it, so she's like hitting her head on tables and stuff. I just love everything about Lift. Last I heard, she got her legs cut by Moash. I hope to God she got healed. I don't remember if it said at the end if she was. I hope so, because she's the best. The epigraph of Sazed saying that he's looking for like a sword because he's kind of caught. Interested to see who/what that might be. The Hoyd, Yasna, Ruthar fight. Fantastic. Loved it. going back, also now that I'm thinking about it, Renarin also, I feel like, was barely in this book. So, come on, we're the Cold In boys. Maya's We Chose moment was really cool. But what was really funny is when I got to the duel moment where it was, wait, no, hold on. Not the duel moment. I'm mixing shit up. Dalinar's You Cannot Have My Pain moment was such a big moment. Oh, no, that's what I'm doing. Shit, hold on. I have ADD. You guys know this. The duel moment when Adolin challenges Sadeas, and it's like this badass moment, and then Kaladin's, and for my boon, that everyone's like, ow, kind of took the wind out of the sails. I felt that way when Maya said, you cannot have my sacrifice. Because I love the We Chose, and I'm like, shit, yeah, awesome. But then when she's like, you cannot have my sacrifice, and I was like, you just changed one word, and it's the same moment. And, I like the Dalinar one better. So it didn't hit me as much as I could. I kind of feel like everybody else did. We're like, we chose! You cannot have my... Oh, okay. Just kind of felt that way. Things that I didn't mention, I forgot to mention in the Sanderlands video, the big fight between Kaladin and the Pursuer was awesome. To the point where Kaladin is like, you're not the Pursuer, you're the defeated. You can't kill me. Like, he's talking shit to him the whole time. And the point where he basically lashed, except he didn't have lashing, so I don't know what he did. But he, lashed his head off of his body. I was like, oh, shit. That was cool. To the point where we even got, a, Spider-Man 2 moment where they're like, if you want to get to the Radiance, you got to get through us. With, regular people. And the Fusers were like, okay. Just started killing people. I was like, oh, shit. That was crazy. All the moments with Teft and Kaladin. I loved every video that I made. I made so many videos about Teft. I did not realize. I just love the guy so much. Teft staying behind with Kaladin when he was by himself, telling him that he doesn't get to sit in his feelings because new Radiants are being made, and it's important that he goes and congratulates them. I just loved it. I loved everything about Teft. From the moment I found out he was an addict, I was like, oh, this is my guy. And I just kept finding more reasons to love him. And he really, I don't know, was like the dad that Kaladin deserved, and I love that he brought that out of him. And Kaladin even said, if it wasn't for Teft believing in the Radiance and the Stormlight in the beginning, none of this would have happened. So this is all because of Teft anyway. I don't know, I just thought that was really cool. Lirin I hated for a long time because I'm like, you're actively damaging your son, but he came around at the end, but we'll see if he sticks with it. I'm not that... We'll see. You can say sorry. I want to see it. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that he acknowledged to the point where Kaladin's slave brand came off of him. I thought that was really cool. Moash killing Teft. Everyone has wondered when... Because I did find Moash a very interesting character. But that... Granted, it hurt me, so that's a bias thing where I'm just like, now I hate you because you hurt me. But him killing Teft, I'm very glad it does give me peace knowing that Teft was like, I'm loved. You're not, you piece of shit. I love that Teft had peace going out the way that he did. I love that Teft saw Kaladin at the end and was like, I did good with him. I love that he had peace going into this moment. But the fact that Moash killed Teft and then threw his body at Kaladin's feet, that's unforgivable. I don't give a shit if you feel or not. That is... Yeah, it's... When he had no feelings at all before, I was like, okay, he had no feelings. So to him, he's actively trying to help his friend, and it's take yourself out and end your own pain, or give up your feelings to Odium. It's there was a twisted kind of, thing where he was trying to help his friend. There was no trying to help his friend. You killed Teft. I did love that he was a little tortured afterwards for a second, where he's like, I killed Teft. That was great. Shit, I'm running out of time. Ultimately, the book was fantastic. I really liked it. It is my second favorite Stormlight book so far, for sure. And I'm a part of the Team Moash, as it were. And next up is this big old chonker, which is wild. I don't know what to expect, but I imagine shit's gonna go wild because Taravangian is Odium now, and that is so much worse than Race. Oh god, we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's do this.